Olivia.
And this is Robyn, and you're listening to K-Pop Hot Sheet. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at K-Pop Hot Sheet and rate us on Apple Music and Spotify if you enjoy the show. So it's a big day for us. We're now in the double digits. This is episode 10.
Woo! Yay, we made it.
We made it.
It only took us... How long did it take us?
Almost the whole year, but... You know, we're trying.
Are we counting? Well, episode 1 started last year, no?
Yeah, we recorded it in December of last year, I believe.
So, more than a year, but yeah. But I'm happy. Episode 10, that's a big milestone. A decade of episodes.
Well, to celebrate it, we're going to talk about 50/50 again. The drama that doesn't end. It never ends. It keeps going forever. I'm kind of sick of talking about them, so we'll keep this quick, but
you know what? I feel like it fuels us recording, because every time we record, there's always something new with them. So it's just, I think this is going to follow us for the rest of our podcast career.
I mean, if they're still having drama into 2025, 26...
They might continue. Maybe it's like, maybe we'll still be, maybe they'll become, maybe it's not drama. Maybe they'll become the hottest group in the world. And we'll be like, oh my God, remember back then when we started our podcast? Like, who knows? Maybe they'll be the next Destiny's Child and Kina will be the next Beyonce.
Maybe. We'll find out though. But right now, the current drama. So if anyone doesn't remember, you can go back in our episode archive and re-listen to some of this 50/50 drama. But the Givers CEO is now suing Attract for defamation. Not really surprising, given everything that has been happening with these factions of people.
Remind me though, so Givers is the people that produce the song.
Right.
And Attract is the actual agency.
Yeah. So the producer, the CEO of The Givers, who I believe produced Cupid, the big hit that all of this drama, the center of all of the drama, is suing Attract for defamation because of all of the things that Attract was saying about them trying to poach the members and all of that stuff. So he's suing them. The group is going to continue with one member, Kina. So the other
Beyonce.
three... We'll see. I mean, I don't know who any of these girls are. Do you know which one Kina is?
Oh, no. I have no idea. Like, I was into them when Cupid came out, and I saw, like, a YouTube video where they were singing. I just remember they had really great voices, and I was so excited for them. But I didn't get the chance to, like, get to know them, because soon after that, all, like, the shit hit the fan, you know?
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I mean, I should look her up now because her name's everywhere.
Yeah, so Kina is going to be the only one to carry on, and they're going to replace the other three members. So as part of that, Kina is going to be attending the Billboard Music Awards in the U.S. on November 19th because 50/50 is nominated for Best Duo/Group, which is hilarious because only one of them is going to be there to represent the group.
She's trying to carry the torch, you know? She's trying to continue. It's just so interesting to me because they did have something with this group and made a lot of money out of, you know, that Cupid song. And I know that they don't want to let that go and capitalize. And if that's why they're doing all this stuff. But it's just funny, right? Because like you said, it's not even that they have at least 2 members. They have 1 member. Like that's like, what?
Well, the crazy thing is, and I said this to you before, is that, like, they should have just, honestly, if I was Attract, I would have just sold the name of the group to somebody, because that's all this is about.
Can you even sell the name of the group?
I'm sure you can.
Restart.
No, I'm sure you can, because that's where all the, like, monetary value lies, right? Because they'll replace those other 3 members, and I guarantee that a majority of people will have no idea that members have been replaced. If they haven't been following any of this drama, and they just knew Cupid and they knew the name 50/50, they're going to have no idea that...
Yeah, I actually, and I'm a big Beyonce fan, Destiny's Child, but when I started, I always take it back to them, I'm sorry, but when I started listening to them, it started when there was the three of them, right? And it wasn't until years later that people kept saying DC4, DC4, DC5. I'm like, what is that? And then I saw that there used to be a bigger group and two girls left, and then Michelle came in and they decided, oh, let's just continue as three. So, like, absolutely. If enough time passes by and they're become famous enough, yeah, no one's going to remember this shit like 3 years from now, except for us because we've been documenting it.
But yeah, so that's the 50-50 update. I'm sure there's probably even more drama besides that, but like I'm done
No,
talking about it.
I was gonna make a quick pun though that I when I realized when I was like, oh, they didn't even have two members of the group, that they couldn't even retain 50% of their group.
Oh.
But okay, I just had to throw that in there. Sorry.
50-50, more like one quarter.
They should change the name. Oh gosh.
Oh my God. But on another note, from one girl just carrying the torch, going to events by herself, to another doing her own thing, we have Lisa from BLACKPINK, who performed at Crazy Horse Paris, and it has caused quite a stir.
Because why wouldn't it? How dare they ever let a woman do anything for herself? Like, how dare you go have fun and explore and
be sexy.
do something different.
It's the being sexy. Everybody's all up in arms about it.
Right.
But honestly, like, good for her. I love it because it sounds like she has been a big fan of Crazy Horse. I mean, it's a very famous burlesque.
Give us a little background. What's Crazy Horse? What she do? What happened?
So, Crazy Horse Paris is a very famous burlesque club in Paris, France. Lisa apparently has been a big fan. A lot of celebrities go and do performances there. Most of the time it's more celebrities that are known for being a bit sexier and are usually American or from somewhere that is a bit more open to that kind of sexiness.
Do you know who from like American side that I would know like has gone there?
Like I feel like it's definitely Pamela Anderson.
Oh.
Probably like a Carmen Electra type.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I see what you mean.
You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
women that have been known to be open with their sexuality, and it wouldn't be like a quote unquote surprise for them to be there. Like it wasn't shocking.
Right. So Lisa, apparently, from what I understand, reached out to the club because she wanted to perform there. So she like actively pursued this. So it's not a situation where she was put in a weird situation or position where maybe she didn't want to do it. Like she actively pursued this. And a lot of the performances there are topless, but her performance that she did not go topless. So just saying.
She still kept it clean. And this reminds me a little bit of Jenny being part of that HBO show that was very controversial. And I remember she got into trouble too of like some of the scenes. She was being too sexy and sexual. And it's giving off a little bit like, not that they were Disney kids, because it's not like they were that innocent on YG, but like Disney kids breaking out and trying to be like, well, we're grown-ups now, we're adults, and we don't want to be beholden to this like image, this K-pop image that we have to go by the rules. I think they want to be more global, and they see like their fellow global artists and celebrities that have the power to do what they want to do. And I think that's why they're reaching out and doing these things, because they want to have control over that.
Yeah, they are grown-ass women. And it's not like BLACKPINK started out like... It's not like
they weren't that innocent, yeah.
Right. It's not like they started out like an after-school situation where it's like...
But they were still under like the K-pop quote-unquote machine, where it's like if they did have a concept that was edgy or sexy, it was still within the limits of like what's acceptable in Korean culture. You know what I mean? So like they still were a bit under that, and now... They're not like, I've seen articles where they might not even continue to sign with YG. I think they're looking for their next step, their next opportunities, and they're building their careers. And I don't think they give an FUCK about what people say. I mean, I don't know, like this controversy that we're going to talk about really stems from China. And like that is a lot of cash money So, but I don't know if they necessarily need it because they're so global, you know?
Yeah. Do you want to go into some of what's happening?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So the controversy really started with I don't know if it's Weibo or Weibo, how to say it, but it's a social media site in China that's very, very big, right? So her personal page was replaced by an error message that was saying the account was, quote, not viewable due to being reported for violating laws and regulations. So, people, I guess it wasn't 100% clear if it was because of this, but people were speculating that it was because of that, because another actress as well from Hong Kong, Angela Baby, who's very, very big, she was also blocked for the same, she had the same error message, and she also attended the Crazy Horse Paris show with Lisa. So yeah, people on online have been saying that these Chinese censors are very quick to block content that is considered politically sensitive, or it's going against the socially conservative values of the Chinese Communist Party. And in the past, stars have been targeted because of wearing tattoos, or even like male celebrities for being kind of more effeminate, having effeminate fashion. So I don't know. It seems ridiculous. We come from a different point of view, right? American point of view, and it seems ridiculous to us because we allow celebrities to be themselves and do what they want to do, and it's not like a whole government is going to stop anything from that. But I know in Korea and in China, like, it's very different. So it's always very interesting when scandals like this come up, right?
Yeah.
And how much of an effect it has on, even with like the Taiwan situation. How many times has there been like situations with Taiwan and they like waved a flag or something and they had to apologize to the Chinese Communist Party for like doing that or whatever.
Yeah. And I saw somewhere that I think Lisa's mom had posted one of the pictures of her prepared for the, like, she has all these pictures of her, like, in the costume posed. I mean, she looks gorgeous, like, flawless,
So
beautiful.
beautiful. So beautiful.
So her mom had posted something, and I think people were all going crazy about that too. Like, how dare you? But it's like, come on. She's proud of her daughter who accomplished something that was her own
She
personal
wanted to do.
dream,
Yeah.
right? And she looks amazing. There was nothing in any of those pictures, in my opinion, that looked like raunchy.
Tasteless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she just looked
Yeah.
gorgeous, amazing, and very classy
And still had sex appeal,
outfits.
right?
Yeah.
But like a classy sex appeal. It wasn't, and not to say that, okay, even if she was topless, like that's, if she liked that, fine. I'm not saying that like raunchy is bad, but she looked great. It wasn't anything crazy. I think it just goes back to the control that the government wants to have. And if they see that people really, I think the problem is that she is so global and people really look up to her a lot. And if they're trying to control and have these like family values that like women shouldn't be vulgar and they shouldn't be obscene and they shouldn't want to dress sexily or whatever and be more modest, they want to censor that and block that as much as possible, right? So even though she wasn't that sexy to us, to them it's like, it's the ideal that she would be further, I can't think of the word, but like promoting in the country, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty sexy. I can kind of see why you would get banned from Chinese social media for those pictures. But at the same time, like, whatever, I'm sure that's not gonna affect her negatively in any
No,
way.
not at all. She's living her best life. Allegedly also dating the son of the second richest man in the world. I'm not gonna say his last name. Arnaud. I know how to say it. Is he French?
I don't know how to say it either. I would guess no.
Right? Like, I probably don't have to pronounce the L or the T. I don't freaking know. But they own Louis Vuitton and whatever else Louis Vuitton owns, like probably a lot of other big brands. So, needless to say, she's gonna be okay.
She's gonna be okay with her very, very extraordinarily rich and average looking
Average,
boyfriend.
yeah, but average looking boyfriend. Yeah, you gotta look. I looked him up. I was like, Lisa, honey, but you know what?
He probably has a
Again,
great
yeah,
personality. We're not
and
even
a lot of
gonna,
money.
we're not, she don't need his money. Come on.
I was gonna. She doesn't need it, but at the same time, I'm saying that like she also doesn't need China's money. If she has him, you know what I mean? Like it's like, girl, she's about to go be like heiress of the Louis Vuitton. She's gonna be someone of the Louis Vuitton like brand empire. She doesn't need China's money.
That's true.
So
That's
that's
true.
all I'm saying. I
Yeah.
mean, not that she's engaged to the man, so who knows? But and it's also allegedly they're dating, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
But from one scandal to the next, because we love ourselves scandals, you know, and actually, I would even say from one controlling government to the next, JK. But, because, you know, I think this comes a bit. Anyways, let me get into it first. So, recently, there's been a lot of news articles about G-Dragon, who was the leader of Big Bang, who was booked without detention for alleged illegal drug use. And I believe, Robin, you said he's actually going to be showing up on Monday, on November 6th.
Yes, on November 6th, he is going to be taking a drug test.
Oh, taking a drug test. Okay, on my birthday. I will send you birthday vibes. I hope you, I guess you would have to pass the drug test, right? Not fail it. I don't know. But it's like an oxymoron. It's like I hope you like it shows up negative, whatever that is.
Yeah, so he would need to pass
I
it.
hope he
Yeah, if you
passes.
fail
Yeah, I
it,
hope.
that means that you've done drugs. I don't know. I'm also
Right.
I didn't see, but I'm interested in what kind of drug test it is because like if it's a urine thing, I feel like enough time probably has passed that he's in the clear. If it's a hair sample, like we better hope our
So
boy ain't having too much fun.
So it's actually interesting. I read it not from G Dragon, but actually the guy that is connected to this a little bit too is actor. I want to say his name right. Lee Sun Kyun, which is one of the main leads of Parasite. If you don't just know him by the name, obviously. So I did when I was like doing my research. I scrolled through. He took 2 drug tests, and the first one was a hair sample.
Okay.
And that actually came back negative. But then they were saying because like the hair may have been bleached and dyed and everything that
Oh.
could like affect it. So he actually took a second one. I don't know what the second one was, whether it was urine or blood or whatever, but that also came by negative. So, I mean, also a lot of time could have passed. He might not have been doing it now. Maybe he did it because this all revolves, I think, around a club in Gangnam. So like, also, I don't know what drug they're talking about. I don't think it's marijuana. I think it's probably some kind of like
I
club drug.
I think it said, if I remember correctly, I think it was marijuana and then oh my God, I forget how they described it, but basically it's almost like a way of saying mind altering substances. So like it's very vague. Like
Yeah, like it could be acid, it could be Molly, like any of those drugs that alter your mind. But it did all start with that actor Lee Sun Kyun and Yoo In, who's another big actor. So they're also appearing, I think, this month, last month, and this month in November. But yeah, they were reported to use these substances at room salons and homes in Gangnam in several occasions this year. So I mean, this must have been a big investigation for them to like know this and several occasions. I'm sure they have something to go off of, but then they also need the evidence to back it out, which is probably a drug test. If they're passing the drug test, then I don't know how they're gonna continue it. He was one of 8 people under investigation, and the others also included a K-pop trainee Han So-hee, whose name always comes up, I feel like, with Big Bang and drug stuff. I'm like, girl, you haven't learned your lesson from this? I don't know.
wait,
And
is that the same girl?
I think so, yeah. I think that's the same girl because that's her name. I'm like, how is her name always
Oh,
showing
oh
up?
yeah, because it says former K-pop trainee. Oh,
And that's what she was. I'm like, girl, you need to stop going to these clubs. And Huang Hana, who is the granddaughter of the founder of Namyang Dairy Products, so I guess like some big chaebol girl. There were some female celebrities that were also questioned. Not like questioned, but like there was reports. I don't think they were included in the actual investigation. So there's Les Serafim's Chewon, G Idols. I forget her name. It might have been Soyeon, but there were some other girls too. But obviously um, the companies denied anything, of course. But maybe it was because they've like maybe showed up to these like Gangnam room salons, and that's why. Which honestly, if they went there, but probably might have dabbled in it. Maybe tried it once. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not gonna accuse anyone, but also it's not unbelievable to me
right.
that they could have, you know?
And to us, we're still being very Western about it and being like, what's the big deal? Go to the club. Like,
Yeah.
have some fun. You're not hurting anybody. There's a lot of things that people do when they get caught up in scandals that do hurt other people, but
Yeah. Yeah. There was also a doctor who was also booked, and he was the one who allegedly provided free drugs to both Lee Seung-kyun and G Dragon. So far, the police said that they don't know what his motive is to providing free drugs. You know what I mean? But I'm like, probably because they're celebrities, and he's probably like, yeah, let me be cool and give you drugs, and he's probably partying with them. But whatever. I don't know why else
well,
he would
that's
put his license at stake.
that's the drug dealer thing, man. You give him the first one free and you get him coming back for more. Maybe he wanted to
But
be their hookup. He wanted to be the hookup guy.
right. And also like maybe he's giving it to free for them, but maybe he's allowed to party with them. That's not there's some form of transaction there. Like you're hanging out with celebrities. I'd be like, "Sure, yeah, I got drugs." Like it makes him feel cool, you know?
Yeah.
So,
We all want to hang out
it's
with G Dragon. I mean, come on.
yes. Um so far, I mean, I've seen the most backlash online. I mean, all of them have had enough backlash, but GD hasn't really been doing much to be taken away from. Yuain, the actor, he had like so many Netflix series. Like he was on Hellbound, and it was scheduled to shoot its second season. And he got replaced by another actor. There was another series, Goodbye Earth, and then that release date got adjusted after the investigation began. He was dropped out of a new mystery thriller, and then a bunch of companies erased him completely from their ads. So they're just like, they do not play around in Korea, which that's why I made the comment in the beginning of like going from one controlling government to the other. And I mean, not to say this is like a bit different, obviously, because it's a drug scandal and it's very serious, but it, I do go back and forth a little bit with like, and we talked about this in another episode about TOPs, you know, um, issues. But when it's marijuana related, I'm a little bit more lenient, quote unquote. And I'm just kind of like, what's the big deal? And honestly, even with some of the other drugs, like it's like I know it happens, you know, but I do also understand that Korea is very strict with this stuff, and obviously you can't be lenient because then, like, what does that say about your country and their laws, right? And I did have a quote here from one of the articles I read, and this was from like an online community quote. Who's saying the laws governing narcotics related matters are strict. However, lenient Korean viewers and fans may be responsible for the multiple drug-related charges of TV stars as well. There are a number of celebrities like T.O.P. of Big Bang, Joo Ji-hoon, and Ha Jung-woo who return to the screens after a few years of silence, and the public reacts as if nothing has happened if their comeback is successful. So that's interesting as well too, right? That it's like he's also accusing that, like, I guess with the growing popularity and global situation that we're in, that people are starting to be a bit more lenient with the stuff, so they don't care. Like, people just come back after a couple of years. But I don't know, where do you draw the line?
Right. I mean, it's like we talked about in that TOP episode where it's like, are you really going to stop somebody from having a career in their chosen profession for all of eternity because they made one mistake, took the time? All those statements are always like, I'm going to reflect on my actions. And maybe they do. Maybe they honestly take stock of their lives and feel really bad about what they've done and come out of it a completely different person. We don't know. So yeah, like it feels wrong to just cancel somebody for one thing. Like if
they truly come back clean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even if they don't, I don't know. I was just thinking in my head, just comparing it again, and I know it's not apples to apples, comparing it to American celebrities, but how many times have we heard about celebrities going in and out of rehab, but they still come back and like release a new album, or they'll act again, and they're still allowed to do that and be successful, even if they've gone to rehab or have been caught with things. And it doesn't affect us in such a way for us to be like, oh my God, they're a horrible human being, because maybe they're going through something. And also the entertainment industry is not easy, and a lot of times probably pushes them into this kind of stuff. Just like, who are we to judge as well?
Yeah, I think that it's also just the nature of how, especially when it comes to K-pop idols, like they are part of this machine and part of this like collective business venture, for lack of a better way to put it. So it's not like, I feel like they're not seen as individual people, which is part of it too. Like they're seen as somebody who was given this opportunity by a machine larger than themselves, and you better
be grateful.
Yep,
right?
You better be grateful. You better present yourself well. You better do what you're told.
Oh, and be a saint.
Oh, be a total
the
saint.
Image.
Don't date anybody. You can be like almost 40 years old. You better pretend like you're single. It's insane.
Yeah, all those pressures, and it's like, now we're psychoanalyzing the whole industry of like, yeah, they might just want one night to go and escape from that and be away from it, and unfortunately, they might choose drugs to do that. And then what? All of that gets taken away. You know what I mean? It's like the industry pushed them to that place to do that. And maybe it didn't. Maybe it's them too. But whatever. It's like multifaceted. Every situation is different. But that could be a possibility.
Yeah, it could be. But you know what? There are other ways to have fun that don't involve drugs.
Nice segue.
Such as this amazing game that we're about to play. So Olivia doesn't know what this game is, but I'm going to ask her to guess something about a list of groups, and we're going to see how many of these she can get right. So,
okay, I'm a little nervous.
All right. I'm going to have you guess how many members are in each of these groups.
Okay.
So, we are going to start with Kepler.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to guess.
Oh, yeah, just guess.
I'm going to say 6.
Okay, there are 9, so that is incorrect.
I was close. I was also between 6 and 7, but not that I would have been better.
Okay. The next one is The Boys.
The Boys. Wait, where are they from?
Like what agency?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't know.
Okay. It's so funny. You said The Boys, and I right away thought Girl' Generation,
Hold
so
on.
I'm going to go with 9.
Wait, now I want to see where they're from. Oh, I don't. IST Entertainment? Is that a...
Oh, okay. There's some.
I don't know what that
they're
is.
They're actually
Wait,
pretty
I'm
big,
sorry.
I feel like,
So what was your answer? 9?
9.
That is also incorrect. Currently there are 11. There used to be 12. So I would have accepted either answer.
The Boys are big. They're a big group. Okay.
Next. Everglow.
Let's bring the boys out. Sorry, I had to do that. Everglow is... I'm pretty sure they're 9.
No.
Or 7. Shit.
Neither.
Is it 9? Damn it.
There's 6.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at this game.
This is so fun. I would be bad at it too. I had to look all of this up. And I chose groups that neither of us probably know all that much about.
Okay.
Next, 80s.
5.
8.
Oh my God, okay.
All right.
Wow, these big groups, there's a lot of big groups.
Next, we have NMIX.
I have no idea who they are.
It's a girl group under JYP. I know that much.
He likes the big group, so I'm gonna go with 8.
6.
Okay, all right.
All right,
It's
next.
closer.
Next, we have Treasure.
I think Treasure isn't that big. I'm gonna go with 6.
No, there are 10. Originally, there were 12.
Are you kidding me? I thought Treasure was a small group. It's a boy group, right?
It is a boy group, yes.
I love their one song that now I can't think, but I always had it. The da 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 dee. Da na 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 na.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what song you're...
I didn't know there was 10 of them. Jesus. Yo, back in the day, the only big group was Super Junior, man. They didn't do this back then to me. All right, keep going.
Okay. Next, Le Sserafim.
I should freaking know this. I'm going to go with 7.
So there are currently 5, originally 6.
Can I get at least one right?
I don't know. We're going to find out. You have 3 more chances. You ready?
Oh, no. Okay.
All right. Next, Gravity.
I do not know them. Can I at least get a hint of like big or small?
Big.
Okay. So I'm going to go with 12.
See,
I haven't guessed that yet.
maybe not so. 9? Is 9 still considered big?
Yeah, 9
Okay.
is big. Yeah.
All right. Next, we have Billy.
Oh, I'm going to go with 5.
So there are 7, originally 6. They actually added a member.
Oh, man. And I almost said 6.
All right, girl, you got one more chance. Ready?
I'm not confident at all.
Stray Kids.
Oh, I'm going to get fucking canceled for this. I should know them. I want to go with 9. I feel like there's going to be more.
So there were originally 9. So you do get it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like I just
But-
won like the pageant or something.
There are
Okay.
currently 8.
That's fine.
But it's
I
fine.
don't care.
You get it.
I got because you know what? I know them originally.
There you go.
I knew there were 9 in my gut. My gut was telling me 9, and I was like, "Go with it, Olivia." And I got it.
That's
I'm
it.
so proud of myself.
You got
1 out
10%.
of 10. Yeah. Yep. I'll take it. I'll take it. Listen, you gave me a lot of groups that I am not familiar with, so I'll take it.
I know.
I think it's accurate.
I did intentionally pick groups that I thought it would be fun just to...
There's a lot of big groups nowadays. Like, damn. Because a lot of the groups that you mentioned are... Most of them I knew their names, even though, like, I don't really know them. So I'm surprised that there's so many big groups.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the boy groups are particularly huge.
You know, because my theory is always that they do that because you'll get more people, right? Because as long all you need is one person to like one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're hooked into the whole group. So
That's true. They're giving
more
you
boys, more yeah.
all of the bias options.
All of the bias options, yeah.
You got-
I love it. That was a really fun game.
That was fun. Well,
Yeah. Ending on a high note after all the scandalous hot topics. Well, thank you guys for tuning in another day on our, again, I think we say this all the time, but we're going to try to, record a little more, a couple more episodes to finish out the year and continue strong for 2024. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at K-Pop Hot Sheet and rate us on Apple Music and Spotify if you enjoyed the show. You can also turn your notifications on Spotify by clicking the bell icon if you want to be notified of new episodes when they're uploaded.
all right. Well, we love you guys. Please give us good ratings. We appreciate it. And also, don't hesitate to reach out.
Yay!
You know?
We'll definitely be reading it.
Oh, absolutely.
Toodles!
Bye.